I got into my 30s and I'm 38 now, and I didn't stop like training and I didn't stop riding, and like I had little goals. Like if I'm going to ride this damn much, I need to have goals. Like I need to race mountain bikes and do this goal, and the moto stuff I'm still going to ride at a high level. So I want to win Mammoth. I want to win two-stroke world championship. I want to win these little one-off like regional events. And then what happened was that our product at KTM was getting better, and I was uncannily getting better in my 30s. Like I was faster at 35, 36 than I was at 28.
Dude, why is it like I'm finding that now that I'm like more driven, I'm more competitive, I'm more willing to work. I'm like I look back now, especially with the whole jiu-jitsu thing this year. I'm like, where the fuck was all this when you like were obsessed with motocross? Like, and it was, I don't know what, like, is it a maturity thing? Is it like I've faced so many hardships in my life to where this doesn't feel that hard anymore? And when I was a kid, there wasn't hardships in the same sense, you know. So like your reference of what hard is was like the baseline was so low, but now I feel like my baseline of like what's actually hard in life is so high. So it's weird though, right? That like you get into your because I just turned 30. Yep. And it's like, why am I?
Your best years are ahead of you, man.
It's fucking weird though.
No, your best. I mean, I got guys like even MC McGrath. McGrath's pushing closer to 50 than he's closer to 40.
That's crazy.
And he can throw a knack bigger than anyone in the world still, right? And I just like I got more of a reputation, and I used to honestly be real sensitive of it again. Of like, dude, are people thinking I'm trying to like make a resurgence of a moto career? But my equipment was getting better because of my work. Like I was getting bikes that were production bikes and that volume. The volume was still very high. So guys that I was racing against in their 30s weren't putting the volume in.
Yeah.
Right. Like I remember when I beat Travis Preston at Vet Worlds in Tedesco, and they were fuming. Yeah. Because if you were to put us three together in our prime, like in our I'd say our prime in the heyday when I was racing in stadiums, they'd lap me sometimes. So for like Mike Sleeter to run them down and pass them, they were not okay with it.
Well, you would have been on 350 too when you won that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like to race Coppins, dude. Like Coppins probably honestly didn't even know who I was. Yeah. I mean, he shouldn't. And when I passed him and beat him, and he was not pumped. Like and like I was at Vet Worlds at Glen Helen 2 years ago, and like I knew who Coppins was because I'm a student and I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm a fucking fan of his. And it's like for me to beat him, like I wanted to high five him, but I knew he was not happy with his personal performance. He wasn't pissed at me. Yeah, yeah. And he wasn't throwing a tantrum like in a poor sportsmanship way.
But he would have not known. He was like, who the fuck is this dude that just smoked me? Like he would not have known.
But like I was putting the volume in on there because my job allowed for that type of riding all the time, 3 days a week. And Glen Helen is my backyard. So we're on that track. But that's what that volume was there. And then the talent sustained itself. And I was
maybe got better. And the commitment in my 30s was more structured. That goes into like your age. I think when you're older, like you get a little more structure. You know what you can and can't do. Like you're not late for shit. You're fucking on time. Like you've learned by failure and fix those things. Right. Yeah. When you're young, I learned by failure. I didn't have me unfortunately didn't have an Alden Baker or a sensei going, don't do that because that's going to happen. I go, oh shit, that happened. I'm hurt for 6 to 8 weeks. I won't do that again.